channel. It's been a while. I was just working on my house and the garden as well. As you can see, the office has a new colour. Got out on Bonnie at all. Bonnie's been laid up for a while. Nothing wrong with Bonnie, but I just haven't got the time. So today that's all going to change. Going to be back out on Bonnie. You can see him in my gear. I'm ready to go. Really looking forward to it. So it is the witching season. There's a lot of ghost stories, witch tales, everything that you can imagine about the spirit world is at play now this month. We're going to be heading over to Granagh Castle, and there is a haunting story there. Put on the rest of my gear and we're going to head over to Granagh and I'll catch you over there. So we're here at Granagh Castle, obviously behind the house. Access is not much. If I get a bit lucky, I might see who owns the house and see can I access it from the side. If not, we try to get as close as we can for the story. So the weather is actually playing ball for the story, funny enough. Let's get the story underway. Okay, so there's a history here to this, and I'm going to let you know about the history. We can't get in at the moment. There seems to be no access. It's on private property, so we can't get in, unfortunately. But for now, I'll give you the history. I'll bring it up along the sides and show you the side of the ruins, and then we can have a look from down here as well, and we can see what it looks like from the sea, where the witch would have came up all those years ago. Obviously the River Shore Bridge was not there at the time. It wasn't even in existence. Maybe Royce Bridge wasn't even in existence back then in 1485. So let me tell you about the tale and then we can go from there. So Piers Dua, so D-U-A-G-H, the 8th Earl of Ormond, lived here in 1485, so quite a while ago, and was married to the famous Margaret Fitzgerald, traditionally known as the Countess of Granagh, G-R-A-N-N-Y. Supposedly she imprisoned her enemies in the tunnels and let them perish there. So the prison would have been over this way. I think it's that little gate down there. I'll zoom in and we'll have a look. But yeah, I think that's that little gate over there. So feared and respected, many believe the Countess of Granagh was a witch. One story describes a time when her greatest enemy, who was another witch, came up the river in a boat. So when it came up here, and when Margaret saw that the other one was coming, she put her head out of the window and caused a great storm to rise, which kind of fits the day that we have today as well. It's really stormy around here today. And also the other witch, upon seeing her, caused a pair of horns to grow out of Margaret's head so she could not draw back into the castle. The witch in the boat made Margaret release all her prisoners. Now whenever there is a storm, weird noises can be heard from the castle. Many believe it is Margaret calling for mercy. So we could have a storm today, so maybe listen out for some weird noises. If we can get inside, it'd be even better. So also legend has it, the story behind this ruin is so violent. The mortar used to build this castle was actually mixed with blood, which is crazy when you think about it. Who's to say it's not true either, you know? So sources say the castle was once owned by a countess, like I said, who imprisoned enemies and abandoned them to die. Other accounts report the countess would hang pheasants from the castle for her own spectacle. So, as they say in the passage, it's not so inviting now. It's completely changed the idea that I had of this ruin. I thought it was some old castle, but I didn't think there was a fable or myth to it or story. So it's fascinating to see it. Like I said, it's just a big disappointment that we can't get into it. Alright, so we popped on this little bit of land. I don't think this is part of the land. I hope not anyway, I don't want to be trespassing. So yeah, this is where the witch would have came from, and obviously the storm would have been brought from here. So we say for argument's sake it was the top of the building there, so she would have called it, and then the storm would have came down this way down to the witch down there, and then the witch seen the other one up in the window and put horns on her head so she couldn't get out. So I'd say that was the scene to behold. You know, so I wonder as well, do the witches know they're coming? You know, was this witch just passing along the river shore, or was she coming up to take this witch's castle? You know, was she coming up to free the prisoners? Yeah, it's fascinating. There's actually another corner over there. I must have a look. There's actually a little corner over there. It kind of sticks out there. So that could be another place where she was actually looking out. But I don't know what the building was when it was fully formed, what it looked like. So yeah, that place looks interesting actually. If I can get the camera yet over here. And that goes back into focus. That part looks very interesting. If that's the full castle, and that's the way it always was, that actually looks like a place where she could trap her property, because the window is kind of big enough on the right hand side, whereas here on the left hand side it looks like a place you can actually trap somebody, because the windows look a lot narrower as well, which is kind of cool as well. So that could be part of the story. See the way it's broken off there as well? See there at the bottom there, it's kind of broken off. So I'd say that could have been a full square of the castle, and that's where the horns got put on her head, and where she got trapped there, so she had to free her prisoners down here. So the prisoners would have been down here in this little cell, I would say. So this is the best we can do. We're not doing too bad from this distance as well. And there's a round tower. I'm going to get that for the road adventures. That should work. But yeah, it's really cool to see. Could have been any of those windows, but it has to be one of the top ones, because she would have had to see the other witch coming up the river shore and to be able to do something about it as well. I can't actually see there myself, but I'm using the GoPro, the selfie stick, so that comes in handy as well. I'm not sure how far it goes back. I'd love to get inside. Love to get inside. Like I said, it's so well looked after as well. Surely the people that live here leave people go in, you know, if you ask them nicely, I'm sure. But yeah, really fascinating story, and one that's only across the road, so you never know where these stories come from Halloween, you know. Halloween, Samhain, is a Gaelic term for the season of the spirits and everything like that as well. But yeah, it's another story that's fascinating for me to tell ye, to pass it on to ye. And if you have any of your own stories and places I should go locally or a bit further afield, then let me know about it. I'd love to hear about them. And it's been great back doing the videos as well, and I've really enjoyed it, and the weather's really lovely today actually, even though it's in between showers and stuff like that as well. But yeah, that's the story of Margaret Fitzgerald, the supposed witch here of Granda Castle, and how she was imprisoned. After imprisoning all these people all those years and left them to die, she was ended up being imprisoned behind the window because the other witch put horns on her. I think they call that karma, is it? But yeah, have a happy Halloween, Samhain, Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead, whatever you celebrate this time of year. And thanks for tuning in. Until the next time, they shall rebel out. Weirdly enough, this gate just opened. It was closed with a rope there a few minutes ago, and the wind is after picking up as well. Just saying, it's a massive cloud over the castle now, and that was tied. That gate was tied and started swinging wide open there now. Started weirding me out a bit. Yeah, it just banged open. It was tied by a rope. There was a knot on it and everything, so I don't know how it opened, but the wind whipped up there for a second. Like I said, the clouds have really come over here now, so at least this adds to the story anyway, if nothing else. You can hear the wind picking up there as well. I'm going to go for a cup of tea somewhere. I think I'll go to the Red Bridge garage there, have a cup of tea. But yeah, that was weird. Just suddenly picked up now as well. Strange. But anyway, it is the spiritual season, so anything can happen. So yeah, I've had to reshoot the end of the video now because of that thing with the gate. Yeah, the clouds are ominous at the moment. But like I said again, it's the spooky season, so thanks very much for watching. If you have any of your own stories, pop them in as comments below. If you like the video, give it a click for the like and then subscribe to my channel. And until the next time, Deise Rebel out. Grana Castle.